subject of this clip is my encounter with my first interview. So basically, as soon as I heard about one of my partners leaving and I was absolutely on the ground, somebody called me the next day at work and said that first I kind of rejected the call and I said that, yeah, it was from, there's a financial newspaper in Finland called Kauppalehti, and Kauppalehti then called me, and they call me quite often, and they try to sell a subscription, and honestly I don't have the time to read it, and what do you call it, I hung up once, but then the lady, she called again, and then I thought, oh, okay, yeah, I'll have a listen to what she wanted to say. And she wanted an interview with me because we've been chosen as a success story in the county. What is it? Lääni, Uudenmaan lääni. Pääkaupunkiseutu ja Uudenmaan lääni. Well, the greater area where we live in. And then because I was feeling like shit from what had just happened, then I said that, yeah, okay, let's meet up, and we can meet up here at the customer site and we'll go into their meeting rooms. But then during the week I then started thinking that, yeah, maybe that won't be received very well, so I cancelled that. And then on the final minute today, this was like 12 o'clock and we met like 12:30. We agreed that, yeah, we'll meet in Sello, which I did. I drove there, went to Hanko Sushi, which I've said that I won't go anymore because their quality has dropped a lot. And I just ordered a small selection of their maki and nigiri. I ate those and then they came, and what do you call it? It was the interviewer and a photographer with her, or they were both ladies. And I obviously, being a normal human being, tried to set the mood so that kind of we're positive and we're thinking about each other, and what do you call it? I then asked about the photographer's equipment, and I said that, yeah, what are you using? And she had the same lens as this one here, 24-70, and that's what she was using. And she had a 5D Mark IV, so it's a slightly older body than that, but it's, you know, a 5D, so it's slightly better. It's got dual, what do you call it, memory cards in it, so that if one breaks down, you always have a backup there. So it's more of a professional equipment. And then, just to make conversation, I mentioned something about that I have a lens, and I have the same lens, and I just bought the body 6D Mark II, and then she just said something completely rude, like, yeah, maybe you can get something nice taken with that, and but I'm not a hobbyist or something like that. Like, and then just to me, if you're going to interview somebody, and they asked for it, the interview, and the whole idea was to be in a positive spirit about Sardion being fairly successful. But then the photographer just set the mood of the whole thing like completely in the wrong opposite direction by kind of not. It doesn't mean that I'm a photographer. It doesn't mean that I know anything. But it's a conversation. You could say, yeah, well, fine, yeah, I like this, and it's a nice lens, and yeah, or have some. It's a starting point. And then you can get into the serious stuff. Definitely, I'm not opposed of that. But to be a complete and utter arsehole, that took me. Well then, what do you call it? We went to. I was sitting in Hanko Sushi, and then we moved to a different place where we took the pictures. And I was kind of wondering that, do you think we can go in there and asking kind of these questions? I was just, and she was, how do I say? Maybe they were on a schedule and stuff like that, but it made me feel like that. What's wrong with these people? And barking commands at me and what do you call it? Trying to. I felt unpleasant in their company, and then we took the pictures first, and then we walked back to where we into Hanko Sushi, where the interviewer was there, and she had all her stuff out. I mean, just a notepad and a recorder, and then I sat down and I started the whole thing. I have the interview recording onto my thing, just because it was one of my colleagues who said that no matter what, if you're talking, you know, I can talk to my friends and stuff like that, but if you in the relation to your company, then do a recording. It doesn't cost you anything. Just do it, and then let the person know that you're doing it. I put it on the table right next to hers, and I said, yeah, what do you call it? Of course I'm going to record this. And the interview, it went, you know, she was in, I guess that's normal for interviewers. It went, how do I say? All right, I haven't been interviewed, so I don't know. But then when I asked final comments, first of all, they said that, yeah, the release date is on Thursday. And like, where does that leave time for me to say, for example, if they write a complete hit piece on me, and then how do I get the chance of actually correcting some mistakes or anything like that? And how do I decline? You can't publish this. And what do you call it? And then I asked that, well, can I have a say on the photographs? No. These are the property of Kauppalehti. And no, our editorial team will take care of them. I was like, what? I mean, excuse me? Is this support? But the whole thing was, it left a horrible, unpleasant feeling. And now, knowing this, that I would not subject myself to that treatment again. They didn't treat me. They didn't treat me well. I felt like I was a criminal. That my requests were somehow wrong to have these thoughts in my head. I'm annoyed. But this too. But yeah, I thought that maybe something positive will come out of this, and yeah, why not? And I thought that this would be a kind of nice experience, but no, it was just, well, I don't know what the article is going to be like. I think they're going to send me a copy, but I don't have high hopes on it.
My soul, you bring restoration.
So I've been watching, I've been following a girl named Anna from Finland, and she has HSCT, or I can't remember what it's named, but anyway, she gets stem cells taken from her own, I can't remember, was it from her blood or from her bones, but anyway, her own stem cells are put in, and before they put them in, they radiate your immune system so that it's dead, and then they put stem cells in, and they hope that now you'll have a new immune system that is not going to harm you. That these stem cells will somehow create a wonderful and fully functioning immune system for you. I think that theory is bullshit. It's just doctors who know nothing. They just decide that we don't know what this is. Let's come up with a theory about how this disease works. We know that the white cells there, we can see that they're transporting the myelin sheet away. So let's draw the conclusion that it's the white cells that are attacking the myelin sheets of your nerves. Yes, that is the theory that we'll run with, and let's gear massive amount of money into this study, and then create medicines that don't do shit for anybody, just make them worse. Yeah, let's do this. So this is what this killing your immune system and then replacing it with stem cells, that's the theory of what they're basing on this study. Well, now I don't happen to believe in that theory at all. I think that it has to do, I've heard so many doctors and all sorts of different people. How stupid can somebody be that a healthy body would just then turn on itself and start attacking itself? The whole word autoimmune, it means I'm stupid, I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, why I got onto stem cells is that I watch Joe Rogan. I watch a lot of other stuff too, but that's the one thing that I've been following. And he had Mel Gibson on, and a doctor called Dr. Neil Riordan, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but they have a clinic in Panama. And I'm still in the process of checking how they do this thing, but my understanding from the brief thing that I've watched is that their theory is that we will give you stem cells and they will fix the broken myelin, and we don't need to kill your immune system. It will fix whatever damages you. And they have testimonies about people getting help from this. And there was all sorts of weird happy coincidences when I went there. A lot of them talked about Jesus. There was a football coach who went there 3 times, and only got help on the third time. And then the doctor was explaining how they understood their own process and how they take the stem cells from the umbilical cord of women. So they donate these and then they study, and only some of the umbilical cords they work and they do the job. But anyway, this is maybe the first time that I'm actually interested in stuff like that, and maybe I already left them a voice message saying that could you get into contact, I'm interested in what you're doing. Obviously I would need to know their because if they're killing my immune system, I'll say I'll give it a miss, because first of all I don't believe in the theory, and second of all I can't afford just saying that sorry, I'm going to be home, trying to avoid catching anything because I don't have an immune system. So that's why I'm not so eager to go and do that. But yeah, it is definitely something that I need to study more, and I'm trying to get in contact with them. Other thing is Pate. Let me see if I can see it here. He has purchased me CBD oil, which is the extract from, I don't know if it's hemp or marijuana. Well, anyway, it doesn't have the psychedelic stuff in it. It's just the kind of good stuff in it, and that's going to be interesting to see how am I going to respond to that. I hear good things about them, and I'm in a couple of MS groups online, and there are some people who, how do I say, enjoy the blunt or two and are happy with it, but I guess they're not actively employed or anything like that. I could get into a drug test or something like that at work, and then that would not go well. But anyway, two things: CBD and a stem cell treatment in Panama, for all the places in the world. I would take it as an adventure. What do you call it? They have, if you're wheelchair bound, they have transport from the airport to the hotel. I think it's a Hilton, and you spend 4 nights, 5 days at the clinic, and then they take you back and forth, and you're just trying to get well, which is interesting. You can take the wife and take it as a holiday, if the procedure is agreeable with me.
You bring restoration.
Oh yeah, a couple of interesting subjects. And now I actually went ahead and filled out their form. It was a long kind of continuous thing about, what do you call it, all sorts of different questions, and I tried to answer them as well as I could, and then they're supposed to get back to me in 5 days, 5 working days, so maybe it's gonna go end of next week. And interesting to see. What do you call it? And yeah, on the other note, I somehow feel that maybe it's the biotin that I've been taking, but I definitely have stuff wrong with me, but I have a general feeling of things are slightly better. I'm still clumsy, but it's the people who have this disease, they know it's the tiniest things. You're constantly monitoring yourself, that am I all right? Is this, or at least I am. I'm constantly analysing how I am, and I'm happy to say that now, for I say past 2 weeks, I've been feeling a bit better. Praise to God for that. And to conclude this video, I'm going to say that Jesus Christ is King. Amen.
You call me by a new